What is up, guys? Rickakus here, and this is the review of the Monte Carlo, a PlayStation exclusive exotic auto rifle in Destiny. So this gun has definitely one of the coolest appearances of any exotic, in my opinion, in the game. It looks so cool, and one of the features is it has this huge blade at the front of the gun. Now, I thought it was cool that this huge blade is featured in its special effect. Now, this gun's unique effect is that damaging an enemy will increase your melee recharge rate, which is actually decently useful. You'll see when I actually get kills with this gun, it substantially increases the recharge rate. You'll see my thing is recharging, and then I start shooting someone and it goes much faster. I would say it's about around the point of a 50% increase, which is substantial. Now, how useful is melee? That's the question. I can actually see this gun having a place, not necessarily in the raid on hard, but in the raid period, as certain melees, like for example the Sunsinger Warlock, its flame shield melee, like just meleeing, don't have to necessarily kill an enemy like the Defender Titan. You just melee and you're gonna get a flame shield that is gonna dramatically increase your survivability. Having a gun that recharges that by like 50% quicker, you're going to be having your flame shield up twice as much. Like, that is substantial, and I think that is worth considering bringing into the raid. Like, I would run the raid normal difficulty with this gun, no questions asked. Now, going over the gun in of itself, damage wise, it's nothing to write home about. I've never been surprised. I've never been like, wow, this gun does a lot of damage. That being said, I've never really had to complain about it too much. Like, I've never thought the damage was lacking, but again, it's not substantial. It's not something noteworthy. Now, rate of fire is a little tricky. On the actual chart, like the bar graphs essentially, you would expect a rate of fire, it's just a little bit less from the max, so you would expect it, like the fastest shooting assault rifles in the game, like the Epilogue, do 900 rounds per minute. So you would expect this gun to do something like 800, judging by where the bar graph is. I can say from experience, and having played games with a lot of guns that actually tell the rate of fires, like Battlefield, that this gun shoots at around 700, 600 rounds per minute. The bar graph, I think, is a little bit misleading, so don't think this is just a little bit step back from the extremely fast shooting assault rifles, again, like the Epilogue. It is much slower than that. However, it is decently fast, and the recoil is controllable. You can actually pump up the damage by selecting certain recoil choices, and I actually did that for a little bit, but I found that if you take it off the original recoil option that it comes with, the recoil is substantial enough that it's just not worth the damage increase, so I actually put it back on what it came with. All in all, this seems like, again, another one of the exotics like the Universal Remote, where it's very fun to use and is definitely effective on earlier levels. This one definitely extends into the later game a little bit more than the Universal Remote. Again, I would really like to see how this plays out with some very useful melee classes, again, like the Sunsinger Warlock, that can actually utilize Flame Shield quite a lot more. However, again, it just seems like the exotics in this game, par a few, are not really meant for the absolute end game content, and this is no exception. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe for more Destiny content, and as always, have a good day.